Hey everybody, this is Brian Howell from Saltwater Ambitions. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my normal maintenance routine. Today is Saturday, and usually on the weekend is when I choose to test the water parameters and go through a bit of filter maintenance. And I just wanted to show you the routine that I go through, and maybe you could take something away from this for your own routine. So just to start off with, I purchased this drying mat, this little it's kind of a foamy, squishy, absorbent drying mat here. I think I bought this for $1 from Dollar Tree or Dollar General type store. And really, it comes in handy for washing and drying your test tubes or any other maintenance equipment that you might have, because it's a little bit of padding as well. It helps prevent breaking the glass test tubes that you might be using. I also bought this little caddy here to keep track of all of the different testing equipment all in one place. Makes it easy to move around. I take it out from the life support room back there and bring it out to the bar in order to do these tests. Just to give you an idea of what I'm testing with, I've got these simple API test kits. Some of you might be familiar with these. They've been around for a long time. I just really like how inexpensive they are, how many tests that you get out of each bottle, and they've never really failed me. I know some of you guys don't like mixing up these chemicals and it feels like a science experiment, but it is very basic. And for those of you who might not be familiar with it, let me show you how it works. So API provides you with an instruction manual, tells you exactly how to do each one of the tests, and then on the back they give you sort of a key, a scale here to read your test results against. So for example, I'm testing for ammonia, and all I do after performing the test is take that test tube and measure it against the scale. Same thing for my nitrites. As you can see here, that's that bright blue color that I would be expecting at 0. Same thing for nitrates. And you just measure it against the guide here. So very, very simple. It's never really failed me. I know it's not an exact science, but that I would think is pretty clear. Anyone should really be able to tell that that's reading at 0 parts per million. You don't have to be a scientist to be able to read that. So I'm testing for several different things: high range pH, ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, calcium, some phosphates, and carbonate hardness. You might test for other things, more or less. But really the key is to be consistent with it. Take the time to do it right, and I think your fish and your corals and your inverts certainly will love you for it. I also have a refractometer here, and what I want to show you is there's more than one way to get the specific gravity or the salinity of your water. One, I used to use these old school hydrometers, and these are fine. The way it works is you fill this device up with your tank water or water from your sump, and as you do that, this little button on the arm here will cause this arm to float up, and basically wherever the needle points to is where you want to be. And as you can see, this particular hydrometer, they give you this indication here of where your water should be. So those are fine, but over time I believe that they do wear out, and I just haven't really trusted them as much. So with the new build, I did buy a portable refractometer, and the way that this works is basically you make sure that it's dialed in right. So you initially test it out with just pure water, and then using a little dropper that they also provide, you just put a drop of water on the glass, the little crystal here, and when you close that end and look through it, there's a little scale that's in there with 2 different colors. There's a white and blue color, and where they intersect is basically where your measurement, where your read is. And there's a little, if you were to look through here, it's almost like a scope on a gun. There's a little, or a rangefinder if you're a golfer. There's a little grid inside, and you just basically look and see where those 2 colors intersect, and that's your readout. And I just find that to be more accurate. It's pretty fast, and you can actually test multiple times very quickly to make sure that you're getting an accurate reading. So that's where I'm at in terms of the testing that I do. I do this on a weekly basis. Again, I usually choose Saturday, but minimum once a week I do this, and sometimes I'll even test more than once if I feel like maybe there's an inaccurate read. The other little tip that I want to give you is these glass test tubes. I always keep extra ones around, and I'll even fill them proactively with the right amount of water. Just that way, in the event that as I'm dosing these little droppers, they come out one drip at a time. As you're holding them upside down, you're dripping in there one drip at a time to keep them even. And it's possible that you could accidentally over drip and or lose count of how many drops you're putting in. And having the extra test tubes proactively filled out allows you to basically scrap one and start over quickly without having to flush out and rinse out the test tubes that you've already got filled. So I like having the extra ones around. It just saves a little bit of time. Also, when I'm done with these, I'll just drain them out in my laundry tub, rinse them out, and then bring them out here and put them back on this little drying mat, and then start the process over again the following week. So it's very easy to do, and I just really feel that it's important to keep up on the testing of your water so that you know exactly where your system is. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you have any suggestions for how I could improve my process, I'd love to learn from you as well. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Talk to you soon.